Today we're talking top financial money advice for millennials. If you guys have been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I have made some stupid money mistakes. Having my car repossessed, lights turned off, just not tracking my budgeting, like just stupid mistakes. And I've learned a lot, and my passion is to help you guys not make the same mistakes that I've made, to learn from my mistakes, and hopefully help you in the future so that you guys can be successful and grow wealth, build your income, start investing, face those fears, face those triggers, and have a really successful life and a life that you love. So if you are new, welcome. My name is Kelly Ann Smith with Freedom in a Budget, and that's what I'm passionate about, is helping people improve their life with their money, their finances, stop it being a taboo subject, because it's not, and it's something that we should all talk about and be empowered by and excited about. So jumping right in, number one is having a budget. And having a budget is so important to winning with money and knowing where your money is going, knowing how to improve your money, knowing what you're spending. Where are you overspending? What do you need to cut back on? Or what are you doing well that you can grow your income? Different things like that. So I'm really passionate about tracking your spending. I have been tracking my spending for 5 years now, and I'll never go back to the old way of just letting my money do whatever it wanted. No, when I'm tracking my spending, when I'm having a budget, I'm in control of my money versus my money in control of me. I'm the one that's putting my money where I want it to go. And it helps me just to catapult my goals when I can see it there. I'm a numbers person. I'm an analytical person. So I love seeing and I love being like, okay, I have this much money left. Where can I do it? How can I maximize my money? How can I build wealth faster with the resources that I have? So having a budget is so important. If you guys don't have a budget, I do have a template for you down below on the description box. It's on sale right now. I have a budget in Excel and the Google Sheets as well, and then also a spending analysis. So if you don't even know what to put for categories, you don't even know how much you're spending on groceries, you don't even know how much you're spending on eating out or whatever the different areas may be, there's a spending analysis template and video for you guys so that you can go through and be like, okay, this is where we're overspending, this is what it is, and it does the averages for you, has a little formulas pre-built for you so that you can just go in, plug in your numbers and know, okay, this is what we're spending on groceries, this is what we're spending on eating out, and it's super simple and super easy. Number two is life insurance, and I know this is a tough topic. It's a topic that a lot of people don't want to talk about, well, because it deals with death and money and loss of people, and it's really sad, but it's something that it's really important. As hard as the conversation is, it would be a lot harder if you didn't take these steps to protect yourself and your family. That's why I decided to partner with Besto with this video, because term life insurance is important, and it's important to protect your family and your assets, especially when you have a family and when you have a mortgage, to make sure that mortgage payment is still getting paid. Having term life insurance allows you not to have to worry about your family's financial state if something were to happen to you. Besto is one of the easiest ways to get affordable term life insurance. They use data to remove the medical exam, so you don't have to take off time from work or get blood work done or fill out paperwork like traditional life insurance. Besto policies start at $16 a month and have 10 and 20-year policies available. Getting a quote is really easy. You don't even have to put your name, email, or phone number in just to get a quote. So you don't have to be worried about getting an influx of spam and all these emails in your inbox. So click the link below and fill out the form to get your own term life insurance quote. Number three is to build an emergency fund. And building an emergency fund is so important for when life happens, because let's be honest, life is going to happen whether you own a home or whether you don't, whether something happens to your car, whether something happens to your kids, whatever it may be, life is going to happen and you need to be prepared. So breaking that paycheck to paycheck cycle, breaking that cycle of I have $7 left in my bank account until payday, guys, it's scary. No, get out of that cycle, get out of it, break it. I have a full video on how to stop living paycheck to paycheck, how to get ahead on your bills. I personally recommend having 1 month's worth of expenses as an emergency fund. So build up to having 1 full month's worth of expenses, not your income. So say you make $8,000 a month, not necessarily $8,000, but say your expenses are only $6,000, and then you have $2,000 left to put extra towards your debt or extra towards your emergency fund or investing, whatever it may be. So building up that $6,000 of an emergency fund, that's going to be huge, and that's going to really help. Now, it may seem scary. It may be like, holy cow, how am I going to do this? I remember when I was starting to save my emergency fund, at that point I only had $1,000. I honestly don't think $1,000 is enough for an emergency fund. Personally, 2020 has taught us that, and like we took a $20,000 pay cut this year because of everything that's gone on in 2020. And if we only had $1,000 in the bank, it would have been scary. It would have been bad. So having a 1 month emergency fund is really going to help you. Now, over time, you can grow it. we're building a 3 to 6 month emergency fund right now. And then eventually we want to be able to have a full year's worth of expenses in cash in our high yield savings account in case something happened, in case we had a job loss, in case, who knows what happens. But having that security is the weight off your shoulders, knowing that if something happens, something major happens, maybe it's a vet bill, maybe it's, something, whatever it may be, just knowing that you would be able to take care of it. And the emergency is no longer a financial and stress emergency. You take the financial aspect out of it because you have it covered. And now it's just a stressful situation, but you don't have that weight of the financial on top of it. You can just deal with the situation at hand, and it's going to make it for so much easier. Next is to pay off your debt. No, it's not normal to always be in credit card debt. No, it's not normal to always have a car loan. No, it's not normal to just pay on your student loans as casually as you want. No, guys, pay them off. I know that it's normal to society to have debt, but honestly, when you're debt free, whoo, baby, it feels amazing. I remember when I paid off my student loans. I paid them live on video on my YouTube channel 3 years ago, 4 years ago, however many years ago. I think it was 4 years ago now. And it feels amazing. It feels so good not to live in that debt cycle, not to be owing people money, but my money is mine. My money, when I make it, it is mine. And that is such a great feeling. So come up with an action plan, make your budget, come up with an action plan of how you're going to pay off your debt. There's a couple different methods that you can use. You can use the debt snowball, you can do the debt avalanche, you can use the debt tsunami even. There's different ways to pay off your debt and to be successful in it. But the most important thing is just to come up with an action plan and stick to it. Don't be hopping around to all these different plans. No, come up with a plan, stick to it, and be aggressive and be excited and track your momentum, track your progress. That's going to be huge to keep you motivated and keep it going, I love charts. I love coloring in charts and just tracking my motivation so that I can see, okay, we're doing awesome here. We're plugging along. If I put $100 extra for the debt, then I can go up to the next level. I can color in the next icon. I can do whatever it is so that I can stay motivated with paying off my debt. Next is to create multiple streams of income. Like I said earlier, 2020 has taught us the importance of multiple streams of income. If we had our pay cuts and that my husband and I both had pay cuts that equaled out to about $20,000, if we had those in just our day jobs, we would be in trouble. It would be bad. But thankfully, if we've diversified our income, we've built up multiple streams of income. I have, I think, 9 streams of income right now. So build up different streams of income. Start small and build them up. Diversify your income. I have tons of videos on multiple streams of income, which I'll link down below, side hustles, different things like that. I even have a course that I'm working on for you that is in pre-launch right now. So click the link down below to get the pre-launch. It's going to have a big Black Friday sale, so you can get that and becoming an entrepreneur and just getting out of that rut or take the leap. I know so many of you guys have messaged me and commented on my videos saying, I want to do this. I want to start this business. I want to start working for myself, at least on the side, and have something that I'm passionate about and that I can really foster and I can grow and I can support my family with. And yes, you can start small or you can start big, but having those steps of knowing what to do, how to do it, the misconceptions of being an entrepreneur, how to set goals, how to do systems, the legal aspect. I have a lawyer coming in for the course as well. Like, it's going to be amazing. So click the link below for the pre-launch. I'm really, really excited for it. It's going to be awesome. So those steps that you can take to multiply your income, to get multiple streams of income in case something happens to your day job, or in case something happens to one stream of income, you have others to rely on, that you're not relied on just one and then you're screwed. So multiple streams of income is so important and something that everyone, I believe, should be having. My next advice for millennials is don't be pressured into buying a home. I know that so many people, once you get to a certain age, you're like, when are you going to buy a home? When are you going to buy a home? And then it's when you have babies. But buying a home is something that's really big and something that not to take lightly. There's so much that goes into buying a home. We just bought our first home this past year, and my dad was grinding me as soon as I turned 18. When are you going to buy a home? You live in Florida. You're on your own now. When are you going to buy a home? And guys, I'm so glad I didn't listen back then, because it probably would have gotten foreclosed on me because I'm so bad with money back then. But there's so much to look into when you buy a home and making sure that you have an emergency of 3 to 6 months. So many people will just be like, oh, I just need closing costs and down payment to buy a home. No, there's so much else that goes into buying a home financially and having an emergency fund. What happens if you put all your cash into the down payment and closing costs and then you move in and then your AC goes, or you get a roof leak, or whatever it may be? You're screwed. Like, you need to have money set aside for those fixes and even little things around the house. When we bought the house, we spent like $3,000 just on odds and ends of little things that need to be fixed, little touches of paint, different things like that. It adds up quick. You need to make sure that you have extra money in case something happens. Also, school zones. School zones are so big to look at when you have a house. We don't have kids yet, but we want kids, and so we bought a house that was in a good school district because that's important to us. So having different things like that. And then also just the financial aspect of owning a house. There's so much more that goes into it. I have a full video breakdown that I'll have linked for you guys down below. Now, our mortgage payment and our rent on our last place is about the same. It's within a $50 difference, but owning the house is $900 a month more per month than the apartment was because of all the added expenses with insurance and taxes and increased electric bill because it's a bigger place. And there's so many other expenses that I never looked at, but so many people just compare, oh, I'm putting that much towards my rent. It's throwing away money. That could go towards my mortgage. Guys, there's so many other aspects that go into owning a home financially that can really set you back. So make sure you run the numbers. Make sure you're aware and do your research on all the things that go into owning a home because yes, it's a great asset. Yes, I'm glad we bought the house, but if I were to buy this house 5 years ago, I would have not been prepared to, and I'm really glad that I waited until I was really, really ready, and then probably and then waited and saved, and then we were ready to buy the house. Next is to increase your investing, and investing is something that is very scary for a lot of people, but honestly, guys, it's not as scary as you think. The more that you do the research, the more that it just becomes comfortable. I remember when I was learning about investing, and I would hear all these people talk about it and all these terms, and I was like, what heck are they talking about? What is going on? I don't understand. I like these terms, they're way over my head. I thought of investing as like the stock market, like New York, like Wall Street, and yelling at this computer screens and charts and all this stuff. And it's so much less complicated than that. So learning about investing is so important. Diversifying your portfolio. Don't get stuck into just one track, Tesla stock, but diversify. Don't go just Bitcoin or whatever it may be, but diversify your portfolio. Learn about investing and increase your investing because chances are you can grow your investing, and then when you retire, it's going to be a long-term growth and it's going to be awesome. So diversify your portfolio, learn about investing. I have tons of resources for you guys on diversifying your portfolio, dividend investing, complete guide to dividend investing, some portfolio updates. I have some investing fears that people have when they start investing, and mistakes that a lot of beginner investors make, some that I made myself. So check out all those resources down below, but it is not as scary as you think. So start investing. Let's keep the conversation going. If you want to learn about multiple streams of income, how to increase your multiple streams of income, the income streams that I have personally, check out this video here. And if you want a complete dividend investing guide, dividends for beginners, I'll see you in this video here.